because we have bigger fish to fry with Caleb Williams of 18th ranked USC. Lost to Notre Dame in pretty tough fashion, 48-20. He went 23 for 37 for only 199 yards, a touchdown, and 3 Mac Jones-esque interceptions. Touchdown reception was from Brendan Rice, and the next time we see Caleb, he's going to be going up against Utah, so it's not going to get much easier. What do we make of this performance? Was this just a blip on the radar where maybe he got a reality check against a defensive line that could really give it to him? Or was this, a big red flag where you're saying this kind of exposed all the clips you see where he's just living in the back of the pocket, he's getting kind of antsy when there's no one even near him, and you're saying, all right, the outside of structure stuff is awesome, but what's he actually going to be able to do just sitting back there? Although, to be fair, his protection didn't give him a lot of help.
So there is something to be said, and a lot of people were quick to point out after this game that, hey, Patrick Mahomes once had a 3-interception game, right? Doesn't write you off as a prospect, and it doesn't. But there is the interesting angle to this is Caleb Williams has played his whole career at Oklahoma and Utah. Warm, dry areas. He went up to South Bend. It was wet. It was cold. It was windy. And he struggled. Specifically, if you're talking about a team like the Patriots, I think that comes into play. Now, I think his head coach, Lincoln Riley, was a big part of that. Lincoln Riley, Oklahoma, USC. I don't think the team as a whole was prepared for that setting. But it is a little eye-opening in that regard. Look, it was one bad game. That Notre Dame defense is good. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Caleb Williams isn't the number 1 pick in the draft after that. I'm not. But showed that he is human. It did kind of emphasize some of those flaws. And again, we talked about it before, maybe he's not, maybe we need to take a step back from like the Trevor Lawrence, Andrew Luck comparisons. Maybe he's not quite in that class. I think he's the best quarterback that's come out since Lawrence. It's not saying much given the quarterbacks that have come out the last few years, but maybe we do need to take a step back on him. But I'm still, if I'm 1-1 at the podium, it's Caleb Williams. I'm not even thinking about it. Now, again, I say all of this. I put the disclaimer on all my quarterback talk to this point. I don't have the full picture. I don't have all the information. There's still games to be played. This weekend will be very, very interesting when it comes to Caleb Williams.
The CLNS Media Network is powered by FanDuel. Sign up at FanDuel.com/Boston and get in on the action with $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. When you place a $5 bet, that's $200 in bonus bets, win or lose.
What is it exactly? Because, again, I'm still learning college football. What is it that makes Utah's defense so intimidating, and how do you think he actually matches up?
So Utah runs a lot of, and Taylor, this like, I'll kind of bring this to just you as you study the games. College football defenses in the last 5-10 years have become very vanilla. Everybody's playing, a version of the Fangio defense or kind of that Saban Alabama thing. There aren't many teams that scheme it up on a high level. Kyle Whittingham, he gets in the lab, man. He draws some stuff up. This looks like an NFL defense. They're going to do some things that you're not going to see most college teams do. And it's been interesting against Williams specifically. So the 2 games last year, the first game, he completes 60% of his passes for 381 yards and 5 touchdowns. So you're sitting there playing, oh, wow, he played pretty well. Well, Utah as a whole only put up, they put up 43 points, but, late in that game, he's struggling to make the key plays, right? And this has kind of been, it's almost Belichickian. They'll give Caleb Williams what he'll get, and then that brings us to and that game was also, by the way, played in Utah, cold weather environment. Then you go to the Pac-12 championship game last year, the second meeting. Caleb Williams struggles a little more in this one. He did throw for 363 yards, 3 touchdowns, did have a pick. But again, 360 yards, 3 touchdowns. USC only put up 24 points. They're stopping them in the red zone. They're stopping them on third down. They're making the plays when they have to make the plays. And I think that's where you see Kyle Whittingham in that defense where they really go to dial it up. And they give some of those more complex looks and some of those more high-level looks. So It's going to be interesting to see how they handle Caleb Williams this week, but first and 10, he's going to move the ball. Mm-hmm. When they get in a third down, when they get into the red zone, when the game gets late and it's close, what are they showing Caleb Williams and how is he handling it? That is something I think a lot of NFL teams are going to be looking for this week.
With the busy fall season already in swing, you might be looking for wholesome, convenient meals for jam-packed days. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and stay on track with your healthy lifestyle. Too busy this fall to cook? But want to make sure you're eating well? With Factor, skip the extra trip to the grocery store and the chopping, prepping, and cleaning up too, while still getting the flavor and nutritional quality you need. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes. So all you have to do is heat and enjoy, then get back to crushing your goals. Looking for calorie-conscious options during the busy season? Try the delicious dietitian-approved Calorie Smart meals with around less than 550 calories per serving. This September, get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door. Ready in just 2 minutes. No prep, no mess. Head to factormeals.com/PressPass50 and use code PressPass50 to get 50% off. That's code PressPass50 at factormeals.com/PressPass50 to get 50% off. Ever wish you could navigate the betting field with the confidence of a pro? Enter Odds Are. They're not a sports book, but they're the sports betting advisor you've always needed. It's like having a playbook for smarter bets right in your pocket. I've been absolutely loving the experience, and I think you will too. Especially since Patriots Press Pass listeners get a 30-day free trial. Elevate your game day and join the smart betting revolution. Go get it at oddsr.com/presspass. That's oddsr.com/presspass.